Yeah.
All right, ready?
Ready.
All right. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So I have my same guest I had last time, Melissa Lewis from the Win platform. This is Wedding Insiders Network. So a lot of people have been asking a lot of questions and reaching out to. There's a few questions that are going to be happening inside the platform. So she felt it was best to kind of address it all here inside of a podcast so that everybody that had questions, we can just send them right to the video and they can go from there. So Melissa Lewis from the Win platform, the CEO, and runs her own business.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Lady boss that's in Central Massachusetts.
What I get myself into, Ron? No, I'm just kidding. I love it. I love it.
All right. So 2 weeks ago,
yes,
there was supposed to be a email going out. Hey, everybody, billing is going to start. We want you to stay on the platform, keep networking vendor to vendor and vendor to client, do all that stuff inside of there. And then everybody noticed that there was a pause on the billing. So
there was a pause on the billing.
Explain the best that you can, because I know there's a few pieces that we have to leave up on the shelf right now.
You have to wait, but it's good, exciting things.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
So tell me, as if you were telling them, what was the pause for, and what is the intentions that you can tell us right now?
Perfect. And again, thank you so much for having me today. I thought you were one of the first that brought me on and really gave me that space to talk. And so you were the first person I thought of when I said I wanted to give an update to our community. And I said, well, I know Ron is going to be the guy to help me do that. So you are correct. An email did go out about 2.5 weeks ago. So as everybody knows, we launched beginning of February. And since February, we've seen incredible traction. I mean, the platform is literally becoming something that I almost didn't even intend for it to be, right? Like as it comes to the community,
I feel like it was pretty quick too.
It was very quick. And so I went into it thinking it was gonna be one thing. And then with a lot of feedback and me just watching behavior and watching how people use it, it started to kind of transform into something else, right? So for me, it's kind of like forcing a square and a peg in a circular hole. I want the community to be such an intricate part of what this platform is going to become. So I made a very, very exciting decision for everybody on the platform. And so there was a good chunk of people, not a lot, but a small piece from where they were in the beginning that were going to go over to paid. Now, several days before that happened, I know where things are going with the platform. I know some exciting things are coming down the pipeline. So I made an executive decision to say, I am just going to pause all billing. I want this platform to even gain more traction than we've seen in 5 months. And I feel like with everything going on with the economy, with everything going on with just in general platforms out there, there's a lot of distrust in the Knot and Wedding Wire and all these other platforms. And so for people to believe in the mission and vision, but then say, well, I got to pull out my wallet when I'm not even sure what this is yet, I'm still figuring it out. To me, honestly, I know where this is headed. And for me, I want over the next few months for this to just blow up. So before anyone came due, before I even saw a penny.
Nobody got charged.
No one got charged. No one even, I think some people maybe got like an invoice email a few days ahead of time. And I did that very strategically. And I told you this, Ron, like I didn't want to wait to see what happened. I didn't want to see if people would pay for it or not pay for it or what the adoption rate was. To me, not saying that doesn't matter, but the mission and vision of Win is so much bigger than the dollar behind it. And I wanted to make this exciting statement and this bold move to say, I'm just going to temporarily pause billing because I really want this to become a mission upon all vendors. I don't want there to be any hesitation about building that preferred vendors list. I don't want there to be any hesitation about logging in and really using it thinking, well, crap, I'm only gonna have 30 days until I have to start paying. Like I have to now go through, like, can I afford this? Like it's a new platform, I'm not sure, like what's this gonna become? So for me, I'm pausing billing for a bigger reason. And that's because I'm really excited about some things we have down the pipeline, some possible really big partnerships that we're in communication with right now, where every little partnership I'm thinking is going to bring more value than I've ever anticipated for this platform. So I obviously can't say a lot right now in the sense of who those partners might be, still open communication. But just for right now, I found it the best decision to say, guys, this is for you. This is a bigger mission towards bettering the industry. about creating this lead sharing community and not being afraid of not being able to afford it, given everything that's going on right now. And just the uncertainty of everything right now. So we're not saying we're never going to charge, right? But right now, because I see the trajectory with this, I want this to blow up even bigger.
Right.
And I want the next few months, I want us to see double, triple, quadruple the signups because there's no reason not to now.
Right.
There is zero hesitation because I've had some vendors that are like, listen, I had 1 or 2 vendor friends that I really want to put on my preferred vendors list, but they're not really sure. Like, should they set up a call? I don't know if they want to pay for it. And everybody, I mean, I can imagine that. It's something new. And so for someone to say, well, I want to try it, but eventually I know I'm going to have to pay for it in 30 days or in 60 days, there's that hesitation to really do the behaviors we want you to do to know that it's going to be successful. So by just pausing it and knowing where that trajectory is going, I'm really excited to really show that value add in a few months from now. And not only that, but hopefully have this blow up because there is now absolutely zero reason why people should not be utilizing it the way that I intended and allowing the community to create it into, again, what it's going to be in the future. Because there's been so much feedback that's been so important into how I'm finding this is going to be successful that I didn't originally intend. So now it's also me as the founder being like, is this the right direction? Should I pivot this way? Like, it's becoming something that is exciting, but I'm like, oh my God, like I didn't expect it to be this way.
Almost like that snowball effect of, oh, I want to do this. And all of a sudden, I'm going to ask you a question. And not many people know this.
Yes.
All of this was started and originated by you, your own money.
My own money.
Your own money out of your own pocket.
No
You got a web
investors,
designer.
no partners, no
You took
nothing.
on the initiative to do this on your own.
So for me to come and say, I don't need the money right now. Oh, I would love the money right now.
But
it's so much
originally,
bigger
there
than
was
that.
quite a few months of it being free to get people onto the
Yes,
platform.
it was.
So now, but that took money out of your pocket to do that. So as a business person, I understand why it needed to be time to have some money coming in to kind of get a little bit of that flow to get back some of the investment.
Yes.
So now what you're saying is you're extending that even further.
Yes.
And it's
but there's not
that
even billing right now on the site.
So you took that down too.
I took it down. So I want this to be like when I reassess in 3 or 4 months, when these partnerships that I'm looking at start to really gain momentum and I can announce what's happening. Now we're going to come in and say, okay, after all of this data, after all the last 3, 4, 5, 6 months where we just opened the floodgates and said, guys, just do the behaviors, get on the platform, share it with your friends, share it with your couples. I want to see this onslaught of just opportunity and behavior and connection so that when we do partner with these new partners and we can kind of reassess, we can make sure that this platform is not only what we intended it to be, but again, having vendors be able to mold that, right? Because if we only have like right now, I think we have 265 vendors and about 240 couples. But imagine if I had 1,000 vendors now that I can pull data from and get questions answered. Like, what do you think? How do you want to see this? I want the community to have a role in the direction of this company. And I think for me, 250 is a great number in 5 months. I think that's fantastic.
I think that's doable.
But imagine 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000, and you really can see what the platform is going to become and what people really want to see down the line.
So for us, that got in the beginning. I saw Esteban's podcast with you, and I saw the whole thing. I was like, oh, that looks interesting. That's intriguing. I got on right away, started using the platform the way I was supposed to. There is a little bit of a learning curve in the beginning because if you don't set your platform up right in your storefront, and if you don't put your pictures in certain ways and certain things, that you got to make sure you be aware of what your storefront looks like. But that's just something kind of like going back, oh, I don't like that picture, I like that. That's personal preference.
Exactly.
Okay. Always be aware of, if you're going to look at other vendors, if you invite them to your storefront, you got to pay attention to the emails because sometimes it says pending and you have to go answer and accept it and vice versa.
Exactly.
Also,
because we want it to be a mutual. Because that's, I'm referring someone to you. So that's a big deal.
Yes. So my question to you is, for those of us that got in the beginning 4 or 5 months ago, so we've had it for 4 or 5 months for free. Okay. You have paused the payments and the billing. So there's a chance of us doing another 3 months
quite possibly
no billing. Okay?
Exactly.
So this to me would be anybody that's on the fence. it's not like try it for 30 days and there might be a bill. We're talking about there's no bill in 30
There's no
days.
bill
We
in
know
30
that
days.
definitively.
Exactly.
Come on the platform, try it, invest your time.
Exactly.
Use it, if not client to vendor,
At
use
least
it for
vendor to vendors.
to vendor.
Exactly.
And why not get involved with it in that sense and utilize the platform? And even in my opinion, when the billing was only $59 a month,
It was already a no-brainer.
that was already
Right.
a no-brainer.
Right.
Okay. So now, even inexpensively wise, even if you did it for 3 months, trying it out for 3 months, you're not anywhere near what you would have spent with the wedding wire and the knot.
Right.
Okay. So what else do you want to address about this pause? I feel like you did a really good job with
Thank
that.
you. Yes.
And I know there's certain things that you can't say into
Exactly.
the future.
But good things.
Good
All
things.
very good things.
We talked before, and I gave you some advice when you first came on, is I'm a firm believer of surrounding yourself with
100%.
like-minded people. You are
100%.
building a committee around your process of what you're trying to do so that it's not just you running the ship and trying to do all this
Right.
on your own. You're investing in a community of wedding professionals to help you steer this in the direction that you want.
Exactly. And thank you for bringing
This is not a
that
one-man show.
Right. Well, and that's why
I don't want
also,
people to think that
no,
this is
exactly.
just Melissa going.
And that's why too, I'm pausing it because I'm exploring partnerships of what other companies
Nice.
could come in and bring a
Smart.
lot of value add.
Yeah,
because I
smart.
don't want this to be a one-woman show.
Right.
Like I run a very successful photography business,
Yes.
a 6-figure studio.
I don't even
like
know how you do it, that and everything you do.
I don't sleep. No, it's called caffeine. No. But that's the thing, right? Is like I have learned so much about myself in the last 5 months, and I know that I could do a lot of this on my own, but I don't want to, right? Like I want to make those strategic partnerships with the right people in the industry to not only on a creative level, but just on a basis of helping out, right? And so just like the presentation I'm gonna do for your followers tonight, like power of partnerships.
Yeah.
Like for me, I know there's certain things with the platform that I want to see, and therefore I want to invest time and energy into partners that really see the value and can bring additional value to those vendors. So I am actually working with, and we actually did briefly talk about possibly opening it up to having a committee. So outside of just myself, I want to surround myself, like you said, with like-minded people that believe in the mission and vision and want to be part of its growth. So we will be actively over the next few months be seeking out people,
Nice.
Ron, you being one of them, that really wants to be part of the growth of this and help with any decisions or mindful, hey, why don't we try this? Or have you thought about
Even
that?
dilemmas.
Dilemmas, exactly.
It's like this or this. That's my dilemma.
Right. Because that's the thing, right? Is like with any business owner, we not saying we feel alone or on a ship, but it's like when it comes to running a tech company, I know I need to surround myself with people that are innovative like me or excited like me. And so outside of these bigger partnerships that I'm working with, I also want to bring it back home and bring it back to the community, like people like you.
You are community-based.
Yes.
There's nobody that can ever say that this is not.
Well, right.
This is not a popularity contest. This is
Oh,
not,
no.
This is nothing but how can this platform benefit you? Now,
As a
not
vendor.
looking at it like a selfish thing. It's you got to give back to the community too. That's what this is all
Well,
about.
I think that's too, Ron. One more thing that I really wanted to point out is like, I really want us to lean heavy into this lead sharing community because I think when it first came out, and I did pivot early on where people thought we were just a merit-based knot. I'm like, that's not what this is. Like, yes, I'll bring cold leads to the site, but I don't want you to sign up and just expect cold leads. So we're really leaning heavy now into, because it's technically complimentary right now, we want this to be a no-brainer where every vendor you love working with, we want.
Temporarily complimentary.
Yes.
That's a good word.
Yes.
Temporarily
complimentary.
Get in while it's free.
Exactly.
Get in while it's
Because
free.
God knows what's going to happen in a few months. I might make a decision where I say, I don't know, some of these veterans that came from the early days, like maybe I'll take care of you. Like we never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But if you get in now and you get in early and there's really no apprehension now to building out that preferred vendors list and inviting your couples, because we are the only, and I mean this, the only warm lead generation system ever created. There is no platform of wedding vendors that are inviting in and sharing leads with anyone else. And just do the math. If we have 200 vendors on the site, like I said, and we each bring 5 couples, not 800,000, 800 to 1,000.
Yeah.
But that's the point, is like this is a bigger mission towards bettering what has been broken, right? And so for me, I believe in this so much that I'm willing to sacrifice that money and that time right now for the future benefit of this.
The word you talked about with the other system that's out there.
Broken.
It's It's corrupted.
It's corrupted and it's broken.
It's corrupted, and it's not a system that is trustworthy.
Exactly.
You have pivoted from putting your own money into this vision. It has now changed from it's not about the money.
And that's what I want people to know. It's not about the money.
Vision.
It is.
It's not about the money. It's about the vision.
Thank you, Ron.
And I
that's
feel
true.
like people really need to understand
They
that
do.
and see past what the surface of this looks like and see that this is for the long-term vision.
It is.
You've postponed and paused all billing. Not all this has come out of your pocket. You're paying for a web designer.
And I'm still paying for my web developer and my social media manager
all that
right
stuff
now.
like that. You're
all that
paying
stuff
for
I'm
all
still
that
paying
stuff,
for, exactly.
And that's not. There's nothing coming in from this venue. Yep, come on in. Have a seat. We'll be done in a minute. This is just really more about the vision of what this is in the future, and that's the cool part about this. Pausing that part of that.
Exactly. I want people to see that I'm serious, that
and
I care.
I feel like anybody that does not see the genuineness of your heart with your intentions, then there's nothing you can do about that.
Right.
I
There's
feel
nothing
like
else
you've
I
been
can
very
prove.
transparent about the whole
Very
thing.
transparent.
The only thing you haven't been is because there's a few pieces in the future that you're working on to make it 10 times better than what
Yes.
it was. So there's a piece on the shelf right there. That's the only part that's not transparent,
Right.
because it's not been revealed yet.
Exactly.
So there's a revealing coming in pretty soon.
Yes.
All right.
So one thing that now that all of this is paused and it's really exciting and I really want this to gain trajectory, right? Which means number one, if you're a vendor, sign up. There is literally no reason.
It's free.
It's free.
It's free.
Right?
There's no reason.
Lead sharing
There's
community,
no reason.
replacing your
If you don't
boring
like it,
Excel preferred
just get
vendors
back out
list.
later.
Right. So number one, join. There's no reason not to. Number two, any vendor that you have referred to ever in the past that you continuously love to work with, when you're on the platform, it's literally a click of a button
Yep.
to invite your vendor friends in.
That's it.
Once the vendor friends are in, you link your storefronts
Yep.
so that when any couple comes in, whether it be your couple, someone else's couple, they see who you love to work with. And it creates this little ecosystem of this person works with this person, that person works with that person. And the more people you connect with, couples are going to know and vendors are going to know, wow, this person's good. They do good work, right?
Or there's something good about them because
Right.
look at the network of people
that
he's
they
in.
have. Exactly. So number one, create your profile. Number two, invite your vendors that you love to work with. There's no reason not to now. Again, temporarily
reason.
complimentary. And then number three, I know we all do it. It's busy wedding season, but we're still going to get bookings. Anytime you book a couple, or even if you've booked a couple in the last few months, invite them in the platform. It's free for couples. Couples will earn preferred pricing discounts.
Correct. We
Because
talked about that
right
in the
now,
first video.
90% of people are doing it.
Yeah.
90%. I never expected that. So invite your couples in to share those couples with your preferred vendors as well as the network, because that means that you're also going to get something back. So really, the vision and mission behind this is so much bigger. Replacing those old preferred vendors lists, creating a community, creating a lead sharing community of warm leads that are at a much higher conversion rate than anything you've ever seen on the Knot or Wedding Wire. So just do it. Just try
There's
it.
no reason why not.
Right.
There's
Like let's
absolutely-
blow this up.
If you don't have 15 minutes to join a platform,
Yep.
and then just take 15 minutes per day to go into the platform, look at it, go through the
And
professional
you get a
vendors.
message, like in your email if you get a message.
Yep.
So it's not like you have to go in there every day.
Correct,
Like, yes,
correct.
we want
You're
you
gonna
to
get an email.
Exactly.
Yep, somebody invited you to the storefront, or you've got this person's looking for a wedding.
Right.
Quickly give me a quick description of how it works for a client that's in there, and you can click on their names. You can go view clients.
Yep.
You can click on their name.
We
I
have
always
over
check for the dates.
240 right now,
Right.
which is
so you
crazy.
can click on that.
Yep.
Some have pictures, some don't.
Yep.
If you have a date available, you click on that.
Yep.
You can invite them to or message
them. Yep.
On their storefront, they have everything that they're looking for. So
Exactly.
they have like almost like a
And
pie chart like we talked
exactly,
about.
and any vendor that they're looking to book. So that's what's great too, is no more wasted time of this person. You're never going to see a couple that isn't looking for your category. So even though we have 240 couples right now, maybe 100 are looking for a photographer. So
Good
if
point.
you log in right there, you might only see 100, but those other 150 don't want a photographer.
They won't show up on your radar.
Right. And then say there's a couple that hasn't booked their venue yet, you as a photographer might not reach out to them, but you might watch them.
Correct.
So it's also a really fantastic tool for you to make the executive decision. Do I want to reach out to this couple? Do I want to take that energy and time to reach out to them? And then of course, couples are also obviously reaching out to vendors as well. And again, we are not charging for this. We have couples on there.
Temporarily
Complimentary. Right. But no billing is
Yeah.
even set up on there right now. So if we get to a place where we are doing that, everybody would get an email.
Got it.
There would be like a thing,
Got
right?
it.
Because we'd reinstate in that
But
way.
don't make a decision based on, oh, and now I have to pay, I'm going to get out.
Right.
Use the platform for the intentions of what it was used for.
Well, and
If
that's
you're
my
like,
goal
oh,
is
that's a
like,
waste. Well, you didn't use
now
it
that
right.
money, because again, you and I don't look at $60. $60 a month is nothing, right? But at the end of the day, there are people that are apprehensive to pulling out their wallet for anything.
Sure.
Even if they know it's worth it to them, they think I have to change a behavior and I have to pay for it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So now we're removing temporarily the I have to pay for it. Now it's just creating those behaviors.
Just use it.
Just
use
use
the
it.
platform.
Right.
There's no reason. Anything else?
No, I think that's it. I think we hit the nail on the head, and I'm super excited, and
think
I'm
we
just
did.
so excited that you
I think
invited me
so.
in to do this, and thank you again so much for
I'm
your
looking
time.
forward to the rest of the presentation that we have
Yes.
later on tonight.
Yes.
So thank you for coming back to the channel. I really cannot emphasize enough. I'm going to put in the link in the description down below from our original podcast that we did explaining everything about
Yes,
the
a
Win
whole hour.
platform. It is weddinginsidersnetwork.com. I'll put the link down below. I'll link the last video that we did inside of there also. So if you have any questions, there's absolutely, it's temporarily complimentary. There's no reason not to get involved with something and trying it out and seeing how it works and utilizing it for the functions that it is. So thank you for listening, coming
Thank
back to the
you.
channel. I appreciate it. I feel like we've gotten everything.
Yes, and I hope
All
to
right.
see some of you guys on there.
Yeah. All right. Thank you
you,
guys.
guys.
Remember to smile more because it sure does hurt less. Peace.